What up, everybody? Mr. Pink is here, and I'm going to continue where I want to for D&D. Alright, so as you can tell right here, we are going to go over the races. Now, I'm not going to, just read explicitly from this and just be like, class-related languages, clerics, druids, wizards can choose certain languages as bonus. No, screw that. I'm just going to give a brief description of each of them and tell y'all the different modifiers, bonuses, negatives, languages, all the good jazz you get from them. Alright, just gonna do it short, sweet, and to the point. Alright, now the first one is a human. Humans are, well, they're pretty simple. Alright, they're basically just think of, people as now, and that's basically what you get for alignments, religion, all the good jazz. Alright, now the traits are medium, so standard, base land speed of 30, extra feet at first level because, well, we're talented like that, 4 extra skill points at level 1 and 1 extra at every level thereafter, and you start off with the common language. And the favorite class is whatever the hell you want. Nobody cares. Now, dwarves. Dwarves are, they're sturdy, they're gruff, and they're very justice. They have a strong sense of justice. Alright. Now, the dwarves, as you know, if you ever watched Lord of the Rings, they're a bit shorter, typically 4 to 4.5. Religion is they, follow the, typically follow the deity Mordian, who is known as the Soul Forger, who is responsible for creating the dwarves. Now, their language is Dwarven. They also can speak Common, and a dwarf's name is actually a little unique. It is basically a name that is from their clan that is passed down through the generations. So your name is not your own. But if you do something to dishonor that name, you can actually have your name revoked, and you can never use another Dwarven name again, unless somehow you're able to redeem yourself. And they're pretty good with, gnomes, humans, half-elves, and halflings. Not so good with, like, trolls, goblins, of that sort. And they're typically lawful, but if you've ever watched, let's say, The Hobbits, you can tell from that that they can be very much susceptible to greed, to where the point where they will quite literally kill their own people for their greed. Now, with that out the way, their traits is they get a +2 to Constitution and a -2 to Charisma. Because, like I said, they are very sturdy people. So, but they're kind of gruff, so that's not really something that, is liked. They're medium, even though they're shorter, but that does not qualify them as a small creature. They do, however, have a base land speed of 20, so not the fastest in the book. But they also come with dark vision, which means they can see up to 60 feet in pure darkness. It is, black and white, but hey, dark vision is dark vision. They also come with stone cutting, which gives them a +2 racial bonus to anything dealing with stone. Search, spot, anything. Alright. Weapon familiarities, they can treat dwarven war axes and uragoshes, which we'll get into weapons at another date, as martial weapons rather than exotics. They also get a +4 bonus on ability checks against being bull rushed and tripped, as long as their feet are planted firmly on the ground. Now because going back to the whole sturdy thing, they also get a +2 bonus to poison, and a +2 against spells and spell-like effects. Because, why the fuck not? They also get a +1 bonus to attack rolls against orcs, including half-orcs and goblinoids, because they hate them. They also get a +4 dodge bonus to their AC against the giant types, such as ogres, trolls, hill giants, and such forth. Right? They also get a +2 bonus racial thing on appraise checks related to stone or stone material items. Or metal items, my bad, not stone material. Stone or metal items. Because they are very much in tune with it. They also get a +2 bonus on craft checks, anything related to stone or metal. Because they are very good with it. Automatic languages, I already went through that. And their favorite class is a fighter because they like to be up in the grill. Next up is elves. Elves are kind of, the more, majestic looking, alright? Also, granted, one last thing. I forgot, two more things about the dwarves I forgot to mention. One, they like to live in mountainous areas. Basically, any place that, has, a lot of ore. Like, gold, silver, metal, copper, whatever. That's where they like to be. And their lifespan is typically about 400 years. So, yeah, they live quite a long time. Now, elves, they're typically about 4.5 to 5.5 feet tall. So, a little bit taller than the average dwarf to about the average height of a human. But they're slender, and they just have like this elegance to them. All right. Also, elves don't sleep. Who would have thought? Instead, they meditate, which is also called a trance. But they do not meditate for 8 hours like the rest of us do. They meditate or trance 4 hours, which gives them the exact same benefits as sleeping for 8 hours. Now, their relations, they are typically they don't really care much for anybody. Like, they're just there to them essentially. They'll tolerate most, but they're just kind of there. But I would not say just say walk up to an elf and say you suck, because they take that a little bit offensive, and they can they might just verbally abuse you, even like so hardcore. But if you say that you're gonna kick their ass, they might end up just turning right around and doing that right to you instead, because that is a thing that they do. It is possible that they would do that. Now, their religion is Corellan Larethian. I know I butchered that, but you know what? It's right there. You can pronounce it however the hell you want. Alright? The protector and preserver of life. Alright. Now, they tend to be good in nature. They don't mind a little bit of chaos, because they just basically just watch everything with just like that's happening, because like I said, they live for 700 years. All right, they don't really care too much about something that's happening for 50 years. All right, but now with that out the way, they speak Elven quite fluently, along with Common, just like everybody else. They also, when they also reach about age 100, they start off with a child's name, but once they turn to 100, they can change their name if they want to. All right, which is quite interesting. Now let's just go ahead. That's kind of just a brief thing of them. Like, I leave this stuff on here this way. If you want to pause the video or not even just listen to me at all and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna just look at this and nah. Yeah, you can do that instead. I don't care. All right, I'm just putting this out here for this way y'all can know. However y'all want to take it, whether it's from me talking or reading this or both, go for it. Just learn it. Now, their traits are 2 to dexterity, because they're, with their slender figures, that makes them a lot more nimble and flexible and agile. But they have a -2 constitution, because, their bodies are kind of frail. Do not take Legolas into account for this, because Legolas is a badass, alright? They are medium, so standard. 30, 30 foot land speed base, standard. Immunity to magic sleep effects and a +2 racial saving throw against enhancement spell of effects. So basically, you can't put them to sleep because they don't sleep. And they can, just say bump being, enhanced or degraded, whatever. They have low light vision, so they can see, really far with like the moonlight out. All right. They also have martial weapon proficiency with the longsword, rapier, longbow, and short bow. They get a +2 on all listen checks, search checks, and spot checks because of their great senses. Also, kind of like a little sixth thing going on there, Alright. Like I said, their languages are Elven and Common. And their favorite class is a wizard because why not? Alright, and now we're on to gnomes. Alright, gnomes. They're quite short. I'll get into that in just a moment. But because they're so short, you can mistake them for a child. Because guess what? They're very childlike. You know how kids, they'll basically laugh at anything, or they get distracted by shiny objects. Yeah, that's a gnome. Gnomes are very childlike. If you want to think of a gnome, think of a kid. There you go. Done. All right. Now, a gnome's height is about 3 to 3.5 feet tall. So yeah, they are little short fuckers. All right. They can live up to 350 years. So yeah, I guess being so short cuts off the circulation, so the heart pumps a lot more for them for longer time. Their relations, they're pretty good with the dwarves, as dwarves are good with gnomes because they both share a common interest: shiny objects. They are typically good, and basically they're kind of like crafters. Basically anything dealing with shiny things. They'll deal with it and they'll make it. Their god is Garld Glittergold, Watchful Protector. Yeah. Pretty much think of it kind of like a trickster. Now, their names is actually a little interesting. Gnomes don't have just one name. They have a lot. They can have like over a dozen names because their mother gives them the name, father gives them the name, chief elder gives them the name, their neighbor gives them the name, their best friend gives them the name, their hated enemy gives them the name. Everyone, they just love names. They will take all names that they get. So you can run into a gnome who has like 500 names. And guess what? That's normal. Now, let's get into their traits, shall we? They have a +2 constitution because, like I said, very childlike. Kids, typically have like good immune system and whatnot. I don't know, okay? They're sturdy, alright? But because they are so little short shits, they get a -2 to strength. They are also small. First one, that's not a medium. And because of that, they get a +1 on their AC against anything above them, but they also get a +4 on their high checks. And, they use smaller weaponry because, like I said, shorties. They're basically, land speed is 20 feet because, they got those itty bitty legs. They have low light vision just like with elves, so they can see twice as far as we can in moonlight. Just go ahead and give a description for that. And they can use hooked hammers as martial weapons and exotic weapons. They also get a bonus saving throw against illusions because that's what they do. Very imaginative, kid-like. They also add a +1 difficulty class against all illusions cast by gnomes. So, if I can't remember the name of the class off the top of my head, but there is one class that is not in here, but that is based all around illusion magic, you want to be a gnome because of that +1 difficulty spike for it. Alright? They also get another +1 attack bonus on all kobolds and goblinoids because they don't like them. They typically, train to fight those type of creatures. They also get a +4 dodge bonus against the giant types. So that means they are harder to hit because guess what? Bigger things move slower than smaller things, typically. Alright? Not necessarily base land speed, but you get the point. They get a +2 bonus on listed checks because ears. They also get a +2 bonus on craft alchemy because they also have sensitive noses. And of course, the languages are common and known. They also gain a spell-like ability, which this is actually a new one as well. Speak with animals. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that they are also very good with animals. Yeah, they are. But it only lasts for about a minute. And if you want to, it's all right here. You can read it. And their favorite class is a bard. Why? Why not? Alright, now we're at half-elves. Half-elves are a little bit simple. Kind of simple, like human simple a bit. Alright. Now, half-elves, as you can expect, are half-elf and typically half-human. Because elves and humans, every now and then will, just have that little connection and just go into the bedroom and now here's the thing. If half-elves are looked at by humans, they look like elves. Now if elves look at half-elves, they look like humans. But they get along with both of them just fine. If they're raised by humans, then they're learn more of the human stuff. If they're raised by elves, they learn more of the elf stuff. Kind of straightforward. Now here's the thing. Normally, like I said previously, elves live to be 700 years old. How old do you think the half-elves live to be? I'll give you 3 seconds to think. 1, 2, 3. They can live to be about a little over 180 years old. Now, why? I don't know. But that's the thing. I guess because of the human DNA, it decided to say, fuck having, half the lifespan of an elf and just go for a little bit more than a human. So, yeah. And just like, with the humans and half-elves, they get along with, most of the races, just fine. And, there's not really much to say there. Their alignments, they, are a little bit more chaotic, but they do tend to do, just like with, humans, and go to both good and evil. Ooh, sorry about that. And their lands are, they have no lands. They're just basically either human lands or elf lands, or if neither one of them want them, wherever they end up at. Same thing for religion. If they're raised by the humans, they get the human gods, whichever ones they choose. If it's the elven, they get Coralan, Lathon, however the hell you pronounce it. I can't pronounce it right now. Sorry. Deal with it. And they speak the language they are born in. So if they're born with elves, they speak Elven along with common. And if they're raised by humans, then human. But it's a little clumsy with that Elven language for them. And they're normally given Elven names to honor their Elven heritage. But that's the thing. Now let's go on and get into their traits. All right, they are medium, so normal. Baseline speed 30, normal. Immunity to sleep spells and similar magic effects because Elven bloodline. And they also get the +2 bonus on the thing for that. They get low light vision, so bonus. I'm not repeating a lot of descriptions because yeah. +1 racial bonus to listen, search, and spot, just like elves. +2 to diplomacy and gather informations because they're very much people. Yeah. Alright. Elven blood. Basically, anything that deals with elves, they can do it. They also get common and elven, but more towards, more towards, whichever one they're raised in. But automatically common, but if they're raised with the elves, they get more, they can speak elven a bit better. And just like with humans, any class is favored, because why not? Alright, half-orcs. Half-orcs are, well, they're kind of hot-tempered, short-fused, and kind of brutish. Now, they can't, basically, how I said, what elves, if you, were to, say that you're going to attack them, they might retaliate and kick your ass. Yeah. Or half-orcs are way more likely to be doing that, and for a lot less insult. Basically just say go fuck yourself, they'll probably smack you upside the face with a club. Alright, now here's the thing. Just like with half-elves, or actually it's kind of the exact opposite with half-elves. Because half-elves are kind of, generally accepted everywhere, but they're also a little, depending on, where they're at, they can be a little bit suspicious. For the most part, they're universally liked. Half-orcs, on the other hand, they are generally hated by everybody. Granted, they can, get acceptance, but they will generally not be liked. Also, they only live like 75 years. I mean, except for humans, this is actually the shortest lifespan that we have. Actually, it might even be shorter than humans. I don't know. I don't remember. I think typically humans is, around 70. So, yeah. Basically about the same lifespan. But because of their, mutual hatred for everybody, they typically don't get along. But like I said, they can, get good graces. Now, on to their alignments, because I just said the same thing like 5 times. Sorry about that. They are more towards chaos. But because of their human-like parents, they can, be leaning towards good. Depending on, how the parents are. If their parents are complete jackasses, yeah, you can bet you'll have a chaotic, evil motherfucker in your hands. But if they're good people, you might just have basically a renegade for life type deal. Or, they could just be, good Samaritans. Just like with half-elves, they have no lands. It's just wherever they end up at, that's where they're at. Now, religions, if they are towards the orcs, then they'll have Groomish, because why not? He is basically the god of war, alright? Which is, fight, fight, fight. Death in battle is honor. But if they're with the humans, it's, whatever fucking religion that humans have. Alright, enough said. They can speak orc and common, because, yes. Now, typically with their names, it is based on with, who's upbringing them. If it's with an orc name. If it's with a human name. Granted, down the road, they can, adopt one of the other names, because, they can. Which, if they want to be feared among humans, even though they're raised by humans, they'll actually go and, take a guttural orc name. Or if they, just, want to, be on good graces, or a better chance of it, they'll probably go with a human name. And now for their racial traits. Alright? +2 strength, because these are some broody motherfuckers. -2 intelligence, they're not very smart things. And -2 to charisma, because nobody likes them. Medium, standard. And their baseline speed is 30, standard. They have dark vision, just like with the dwarves, so they get they can see up to 60 feet. Orc blood, basically anything that is like with the half elves, anything dealing with orc that's needed for it, they can do it. And their favorite class is the Barbarian. Pretty kind of straightforward with this one as well. Alright, we are down to the last one of the 3.5 Player's Handbook originality. First one. Whatever. Alright. This is the Halflings. They are clever, capable opportunists. They despise boredom. They would rather have chaos running around doing whatever than be bored. Alright. They're also kind of, nomadic, so, because they, stagnant is boredom. Alright. They are very good with survival instincts, alright? Now, they are about 3 feet tall, so not very tall at all. And also they are kind of, famous collectors, which can also very much incorporate into being a kleptomaniac. Just saying. By the way, if you're ever running away from, let's say, Lolth, the Spider Queen, yeah, just pick up your halfling and throw them at her. And it can be a fun day. Trust me. We did that and it was hilarious. They are very poor at money management. Basically, they get $5, they spend $5 as soon as they get it. They also get along with basically everybody. Because, well, everything's new, everything's exciting, nothing is boring. They tend to be of the neutral alignment, but they can, change their alignment based on whatever. Alright? They have no lands because, they're, basically kind of like nomadic, and they just love to, have different things going on. Their deity is Yondala, the Blessed One, protector of the halflings. Yeah. Alright, they have their own language, but, they also speak common. And, nothing really special about the names. It's a family name, and it's, it's passed down throughout the generations. And now we're on to their racial traits. And like I said, I'm just kind of, just quick following all of these. This is the last one. I've, kind of scrolled down it all, so this way you can read it all as we're going. And I will do a slow scroll of this whole thing, so this way if you want to, you can read it all. But for now, they have +2 dexterity and -2 strength, because they are quick, agile little fuckers. But they are not strong. They are small, so they get all the same benefits as a gnome. They're, same thing for the base land speed being 20. They do get a +2 bonus on climb, jump, and move silently because they're very athletic and good on their feet. They get +1 on all saving throws because, hey, when you're wandering around everywhere doing everything, you kind of learn how to, dodge shit. They also get a +2 bonus throw against fear because they don't care. They also get, +1 on attack rolls with thrown and sling weapons because that is, basically their weapons of choice. They also get a +2 on listen checks, and like I said, their things are, common and halfling languages. And their favorite class is rogue because, hey, guess what? Rogues steal shit. But that is all the characters for now. So, or races. God dang it, I can't speak it right now. But anywho, that is it for the races. If you want, like I said, I will have a slow scroll of all this at the end of this. But I hope you enjoyed this. I actually had I actually like doing it like this, where I just kind of give you a quick little, rundown of it instead of, kind of dragging it on, which is kind of doing right now. But oh well, I'm just in a good mood today. All right. So, I am Mr. Pink, and also I've been thinking about doing a name change because after looking around, I have, kind of, saw that there was, a lot of Mr. Pinks around. So, give me some time and I'll see if I can, change all my stuff to something else, and I will let y'all know what it is before I do it. But until next time, for now, my name is Mr. Pink, and I will catch y'all next time. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'll figure it out. Bye.